Rockets are pretty simple. Basically, they use the idea that of a Newton's law, which states that for every action there is an opposite and equal reaction. So the basis behind that is that cannons produce backwards thrust when they fire. Now, as you can see, I just have some cannons here, which are on a regular block, and when you fire, they'll go straight up. What we have here is a simple missile truck. It's the same missile truck as before, or the same base as before, with a missile on top. Now, the missile is essentially just the same mechanism as before. You can see here that they have the cannons on the back, and a decoupler, also linked to C, which is the key to fire the cannons. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drive over here and try to destroy this little castle. And you can see it works just fine and actually launches the rocket. So now what we have is a sort of advanced missile truck. So this is more like a guided missile. It's actually more like a flying machine, which is what we're going to go into next. So as you can see, instead of the rockets, we have these flying blocks facing forward. So what we can do with that is we can fire it, do things like that. So if I were to give it enough tries, I would actually hit that windmill over there. Basically, this is a very simple setup. Again, the decoupler is linked to all of these different thrusters, the flying spirals. This right here is set to about 13 to give it lift upwards while still producing forward thrust, so it doesn't immediately go down. This one here is set to X so that I can control the thing while I want it to go down. Okay, so flying. This is a simple drone. It's basically sort of like built like a helicopter. You'll notice on the all the sides you have these 4 flying blocks. These are set to control the helicopter so that it when you want to turn to the left, it'll actually increase lift on the right side, which will turn it towards that direction and then pull it upwards and to the left. So you can click right over here for machine info and show your center of mass. You usually want your center of mass to be in the center of your flying vehicle. This isn't really always the case, depending on how you're using lift, but it's easier to build off of a flying machine whose center of mass is actually centered. So you'll notice I actually also put a grabber on the bottom so I can complete certain tasks like picking things up and moving them to other places. Alright, so now I actually have a plane. You'll notice the center of mass is pretty much in the center here. These up here, actually, they're all set to the same thing. None of them actually do the controlling of the plane. None of them are steering mechanisms. The steering mechanism is actually here in the back. The original idea was to have it shift the air to create air resistance, but actually what happens is it changes the roll of the plane because it shifts the center of mass to either side. This is important to remember. You could also use like a ballast or something to shift the center of mass. Over here we have these wings. These are on some turning steering blocks. You can use the steering blocks to change the orientation and the angle of the wing so that you can use them to create thrust, or you could actually use them to go into a dive. So you'll see here the wing changing back here. It'll kind of go forward and backwards, side to side, and kind of make a sort of fish motion. You'll see the wings there actually turning up and down to create lift. Now let's fly all that together and see if we can fly the plane.